Okay, I'm going to go over a few of the more hard to find or higher end Opus X and Fuente type items. First, let me start off with a personal favorite of mine. It's a Hemingway short story. They just came out with these in the Maduro. It's a limited number of boxes they made. I'm not sure of the number of boxes. I think it's around 5,000 or something like that. Anyways, these are great. They're new. They just came out last year, so they'll probably need a little bit of time to get some rest on them. Next up is some cigars that you find at one shop in Vegas, the Casa Fuente brand cigars. A lot of the items that you find at the Casa Fuente shop in Vegas is very overpriced. These are probably some of the few things that are only worth getting just because the prices are very expensive. Next up is the Between the Line. You can see that's a barber pole, and you know, between the Maduro and the natural. Some people say that they taste the same as, you know, Maduro or whatever. They don't like them as much. I think they have a unique taste, and they're pretty good. There's a, you know, limited run of these as well, and as usual, I have no idea really how many of these are made. Next up is the Añejo, and this is the Shark. You can see it's a unique vitola, where it says the squared foot and the tapered end. A lot of people think that the Maduro Opus X is the same as the Añejo. There is a difference. They do have the same binder, same filler. The wrapper is a completely different wrapper though, and the flavors are completely different. This is the Opus X Shark. As you can see, it's the same thing, squared foot, tapered head. Now, one thing that you will find at Casa Fuente are the Forbidden X cigars. This one is the Forbidden X Lancero, also known as the Phantom. One thing about these Forbidden X is that they're the exact same blend as the Opus X. They just cost more, so I ended up with a couple of them, but the only difference is it has this black band versus you can see, like on the Shark, it has the red band, and the Forbidden X has the black band. Now, the only difference, or the only time that there's a different blend and you see the black Forbidden X band, is when you're dealing with the Lost City, and you can even tell that the bands are still slightly different. You can see in the center, hopefully you'll see in the center, it's just a solid black, and in the center of the Lost City there's a red oval in the background. The Lost City is a Opus X that was done for the filming of the movie, and they harvested the crop, or the crop came from an off-season harvest of the Opus X. They are actually very good. They're a little bit, they're smoother, and I find that they age a little better than the Opus X. They are a bit more expensive, but again, it's a bit of a different flavor profile, and I find them to be a smoother cigar. Next up, we have the BBMF. And this one was from a limited run done, and you can see it's 2005, has that second band. This is the Maduro Opus X, so you can tell the difference in the wrapper. And here's the third one. Again, same blend as the standard Opus X. It's just the Forbidden X that I got at Casa Fuente. Won some money in Vegas and went over there and bought a few cigars, and they happen to have these. Next up is a set that was done, I believe by Prometheus did this set, It is the Journey to Chateau de la Fuente. It is a 3-cigar set, and they come in the glass tubes. And the cigars are from 2005. So, it comes with a, let's see, the Phantom is the Lancero again. So there's the Phantom. And next up is the Royal 8. It's the middle one here. This is the same cigar that they used for the cigar in the bottle. And lastly is the Reserve de Chateau. And these are from 2005. They released, let me see, I believe they released just 5,000 of the sets, and it came with a CD with some music and whatnot. Next up, this isn't too rare, but it's a monster of a cigar. This is the Opus X A coffins. They are huge cigars, just to compare them to something. There's your Robusto versus the A. Next up is the Scorpio and the Maduro. And one of the big differences between the Maduro wrapper and the Añejo is the Añejo is actually aged in the cognac barrels, and it is a completely different wrapper. It's in I believe they use a Connecticut broadleaf Maduro aged in cognac, in a cognac barrel. So they look similar. Yes, it is Maduro wrapper, but it's not the same leaf. It's just similar in color. Next up is the chili pepper. From 2007, and if you can see the head there, actually let me go ahead and pull this one out of the cellophane real quick. It's just a unique Vitola, unique shape. Fuente seems to dig doing a lot of new shapes and playing around with rolling. They were the first people to do the shark Vitola with the taper going to a box press. I believe they may be the only ones to still do that. There's always a chance there's a couple copycats out there. Next up is I have the Fuente Story here. It's a box with the 4 cigars in it. You can see it has the 2 Don Arturo Gran Reserva, the Opus X 2007. That one's they call it the Taurus the Bowl. And lastly is the Don Carlos Edition de Aniversario. Some people, even though they like the Opus X, the flavors, they're really not too keen on the others. Some people really enjoy them. They're a bit on the pricey side, but sometimes you can get some good deals on this particular set, especially since it only came out last year, so it's not too hard to find yet. And then I have here's the Forbidden X Lancero from 2004. Now, even though it says 2004, and a lot of times you'll see this with Prometheus items, this is a set made by Prometheus. It actually came out in 2007, but they used the Phantom Lancero cigars in the box, and so they age them for 3 years and then they come out with them. So the cigars, yes, are from 2004, but they were not released until 2007. And you know, you can see they're very similar in size. They're just a standard Lancero as the Forbidden X. One of the great things, the Prometheus, yes, more expensive, but you know, you're buying an Opus that's already aged, you know, for 3 years, and so coming up on its peak. I should mention that there were those sets came. 4 of the Forbidden X Lanceros came in a box. Or I'm sorry, 3 of them came into a box, and I believe there's 2,500 boxes produced. And lastly, I have a gift set. One thing that makes this particular gift set special is the year. It is the first year that they came out with the Charitable Foundation 22 coffin sets. 2004 is the first year that they did it, and so this is the original release box set. So inside is a certificate of authenticity. This particular box is box number 426 out of 500 that were produced in that particular year. And there are 2 of almost everything. There's a few of the special Vitolas that they don't double up on. One of them is the Petite Lancero. You only get 1 of those, and a handful of other ones. But for the most part, there are 2 of the, you know, 2 Vitolas of everything that comes in here. The Reserve de Chateau, and some people ask what Plume looks like, and I'm going to try to get in here. I don't know if I can or not. You can see how it's like a white crystallization going up that wrapper. That's what Plume is. Normally, if it's splotchy or blotchy, you know, has hairs to it, that's going to be mold. Common misconception is that mold can only be blue or green. It's most often found as white. Most mold on a cigar is white. Here's a couple of the chili peppers. That's the one that I just pulled out of the cellophane for you. But they give you 2 of those chili peppers as well. The chili pepper is really one of the only main special Vitolas that they came out with in this set. One thing you'll notice different in this set than you will in the other Charitable Foundation sets, the lack of the second band. Every other set from 2005 and earlier or later has the second band that'll tell you, you know, what the year of the production, year that those cigars came out. Even the other Prometheus sets, you can see the 2005 BBMF, it has that second band, tells you it's 2005. Even when they came out with the Forbidden X Lancero, how you can tell the difference between the one that was made in 2000, that came out for sale in 2007. Okay, is the second band, 2004. So you still have a similar coffin, Forbidden X Lancero 2004. Second band says 2004. You know that it didn't come, or could not have come, from the 2004 Charitable Foundation set. This is the only set that did not have that second band. For those who are wondering, yes, this is a complete set. I haven't smoked any of these yet. I have a few other aged Opus that I'll smoke before I even start to get into these. Anyways, that is the kind of rare Vitolas or rare Fuentes or Opus X and whatnot that I currently have. Hope you enjoyed it.